Cool. So, guys, welcome to the first of 3 AMA sessions just before the start of the main sale of the savedroid ICO. Good to have you guys back on again. As always in our AMA sessions, also before the pre-sale, you're highly welcome to ask questions using our Telegram group. If you're not already a member, just please join on Telegram by joining the group named savedroid, and there you can then just openly post your questions, and we will pick up some of them during our session here. So before we get into the questions which have been raised now most frequently after the last days, we actually want to start with a quick announcement also, which we've already sent out yesterday. So we were able to confirm the first of even further upcoming exchange listings of the savedroid token. So the first name we have disclosed now was SIT-BTC, where our token will be listed after the main sale. So this is only the first exchange. Of course, there will be many more to come. We are talking currently to the big names of the exchanges, and we are in advanced negotiations. So it's our goal to disclose in the next days much more exchanges, and also from the best well-known ones and big exchanges. Of course, we're working on this in order to get for the community the best listings and to make the savedroid token more attractive, of course. In the community currently, what's going on, I think, are questions around the main sale itself. So basically the reservations. I think many of you guys have reserved tokens, and therefore the question which came up in the community was about the reservation status, right? And basically the question was, how long will the reservations be valid until after the main sale has started? And I think Toby, who has built all the purchasing process from the technical side, is happy to just explain to you how you can go with your reservations.
So if you have done a reservation so far, you will get an email from us tomorrow when the main sale starts at 3 p.m. Giving you basically all the information you will need to do your purchase and your payment. And then you will have the chance on the website to confirm your payment, and to fulfill or to end up with this process, you will have around 10 hours time. So it should be enough to do your Ether payment, do Bitcoin payment. There came up the question, what is with bank transfers? Because bank transfer takes some days actually to be on our account. So what you might need to do or can do is send us your confirmation of the bank transfer. So you will have a formula where you can upload a screenshot of your bank transfer and confirm it over there. So if you do that in the time frame of the 10 hours, everything will be fine.
Exactly. So therefore, actually should not be worried for the reservations. I think this is sufficient time period for everyone in order to complete the payment. So this should be good. And on the other hand side, of course, still the question is, what is the sale price, and how basically to complete the payments for the main sale. The sale price of the token is, as previously announced, just to make sure that everybody gets it right, is 1 euro cent per token. So basically meaning that the price in token is denominated in euro. So that's important for you guys who are planning to pay using cryptocurrencies. And Toby just in a second can explain to you how we will go about the exchange rates, from crypto to euro. And then secondly, what you can use in order to complete your purchase is Bitcoin is Ethereum. You can also use euros in the terms of doing a wire transfer with your bank. You can use your credit card. With credit card, you can also pay in US dollars. And if you are here in Germany or in one of the neighboring countries, you will also have the option to use Sofortüberweisung, which many of you may know from online purchases. So it's really simple and convenient. As I already said, the key question, how to go about the exchange rates from euro to cryptocurrencies. Toby, actually, how are we doing this?
So what we are doing, we are scanning 4 times a day the major exchanges and look for the current rate of euro to Ethereum and Bitcoin, and save that in our system. So whenever you load the website and look into your reservations, you can see your current exchange rate. And your exchange rate will actually depend on the time when you pay your purchase. So it's not the moment when you do the purchase itself, it's when you pay it. So we take the block time of Etherscan and blockchain info where you can see it and use that to get the right exchange rate of that exact moment when you have done your payment.
Exactly, and I think this is really in order to ensure that everybody gets a fair exchange rate, which is timely close to the time when you do actually your purchase. So I think this is the best way to go about in dealing also with some volatility which is there in the market, so everybody receives really a good and timely exchange rate as based on the time of his actual payment. Of course, also one question which is coming up is basically again the question how to use the savedroid token in the future and what's the actual purpose of the token and what can you do with it. So basically, and I think this is this, just to say it very clearly, is the first one. You can use the savedroid token then starting from mid of this year when we will launch our crypto services, crypto saving, crypto investing. So basically auto converting fiat into cryptocurrencies in order to pay for the service fees. And there are going to be two types of service fees, a monthly subscription fee and a volume-based transactional fee, and both fees will be charged in savedroid token. So actually it's a utility token, which is a means of in-app payment in order to pay for the services which you have consumed. And then obviously, of course, also the token is traded on a crypto exchange. So there it's a free market supply and demand. The supply side is important to understand. We offer a utility token with a deflation mechanism, meaning that for all the tokens which we take in as a revenue, so basically as fees, we will burn a certain percentage, right? So this idea is basically originating from a blog post from Vitalik Buterin, who has got a head around about how to ensure a good value of a utility token. And the idea here is very simple to say, well, once a utility token is collected by a company, a certain percentage should be burned, and that's what we are doing. So say, for example, we would burn 20% of the tokens collected as revenue. We would receive, for example, 10 tokens. We would burn 2 of them, so only 8 are left, and only the 8 will then be recirculated into the market. So eventually, this results in a decreasing supply of savedroid token over time. And the demand on the exchanges for sure will be driven by the future user growth of the savedroid application, because as I already said, the savedroid token is the mean of payment within the app. So meaning the more users we can bring to the platform, the higher the demand for the savedroid token will be. And these are basically the two most important factors then determining supply and demand for the token. And that will eventually have an impact on the token price, which is formed based on the trading on the crypto exchanges. And of course, one question in this context also comes up is how will you then go about the pricing of the savedroid services in the app, right? Because if the token price fluctuates, how can you assure that you will have an attractive pricing so that you basically have a good user growth? And so what we will do therefore is that the prices of our services will be denominated in euro, right? So if now the token price of the savedroid token changes, this basically means that we will readjust the service price in savedroid token as the service price is denominated in euro. So basically there will be an exchange rate, and the exchange rate which we will take is basically the exchange rate which is determined by the free supply and demand on the exchange trading. So at the end, this is how the full ecosystem works, and this is how the price, the future value of the savedroid token will be determined based on the free supply and demand of the token. So we are not, and this is also an important fact to understand, we are not an active market maker of our token. We will not actively trade our token, but our steering mechanism is basically the burning ratio, which we have in order to decide how much percentage of the tokens which we collect to burn and which percentage then to recirculate. And this is basically how we all go about the future value of the savedroid token. And for all of you who are more deeply interested in this topic, there's a free Excel model also on our website available. If you check savedroid.com on the ICO page and then basically go to the section token, you will find an Excel for free download. On there you can just simulate by yourself. You can adjust the burning ratio, for example. You can adjust other factors having an influence on the price of the token, and thereby simulate for yourself and experience how the token price may be affected in the future by different factors which are relevant for our token economics. So this was, of course, one of the important questions we had in the community. Another one, I think, was also how we go about the minting, right, and the KYC. So for all the guys who participate in the token sale. For the KYC, just to keep this short, you will see, and you can find it on the website in your personal login area, that there is basically a volume-based KYC logic. So for the higher amounts which are bought for one user account, then the KYC will increase, meaning that in a certain point of time, you will be required to provide an easy mobile photo of your ID card. So it's actually very simple. It's just can be done in a few minutes. So it's not a big hassle. And then only if the volumes increase to higher thresholds, there are a few more information, but we have listed that all for you in your personal login area, and you can find it very easily. So best thing, if you are concerned with these questions, to look it up right there, and can be very simple. And for the minting, I think, because that was a bigger discussion also in the channels, we have introduced something also called a minting mode. I think users will be interested in what is a minting mode, how does it work?
So usually, if you're participating in an ICO, you will get your tokens directly minted into your wallet. Minting or minted is the process to transfer the tokens into your wallet. The issue which we have seen here is that we have a lot of first-time contributors in an ICO, and they wanted to have some help. So we offer them 3 different options. The first option is, mint all your tokens. That's basically what a normal ICO is doing. We have 2 other options. The second one is trial minting. So you can only mint 100 SVD first, check if everything is working, if you can access the tokens in your wallet, for example, in your MyEther wallet, you can see everything. And when you have checked that everything is really working, then you can just change the switch from the trial mode to mint all tokens, and we will then mint all your tokens for you. And that's totally free. It's basically a service from us, which we are offering for people who are not that aware. How does the wallet thing work? How do the tokens work? And the third option is you can also leave your savedroid tokens now in your savedroid wallet. So you don't need to mint it at all, or at least not for now, don't need to care about it. Just leave them on the savedroid page, and they will be converted in your savedroid wallet as soon as the savedroid wallet is accessible in the savedroid app.
Exactly, and I think this is really, as we experience, we have a lot of new participants joining the crypto community now because of our value proposition, which is bringing crypto to the masses, also now having a lot of new users coming into this space. So therefore, we have really built in these options that everybody can have a very simple use case suitable for him. You will also find, by the way, if you not already have a wallet recommendation. We have posted a wallet recommendation video. It's very simplistic how-to video on YouTube. We are recommending MyEther wallet. And basically there you can learn step by step and then execute this on your personal device, how to set up your MyEther wallet and then transfer your token. So we have tried to make this as simple as possible. So therefore, please use these options and feel free to pick your first choice, whatever is most suitable for you. Now I'm receiving here one question from the Telegram group already, asking basically for clarification on where to purchase the savedroid tokens tomorrow. So the savedroid tokens, if you want to participate in the main sale tomorrow, all the tokens need to be purchased on ICO.savedroid.com. So right on our website, there is no other website, no other place where you could purchase the tokens. So not on an exchange and not on any other third-party website. So the only official place in order to buy savedroid tokens will be on ICO.savedroid.com, and then by registering or logging into your personal account. And this should be the only place you should actually consider in purchasing savedroid tokens at any time. Because of course, please be aware that there is some scam around, as always in the ICO market. Please not be tricked by any other guys claiming that you should purchase savedroid tokens at any other place than on our website by offering you maybe some attractive discounts. This is all for fake. Please do not follow this, people. The only secure place for you to buy the tokens is really on our website. Exactly. Now, another question coming in here, basically asking, so the reservation is valid for 10 hours. Does this mean that I have to wait 10 hours after the ICO start if I did not enroll the reservation? So basically, I think if I get the question right, if I have not reserved tokens, can I then only purchase some after waiting for 10 hours?
The simple answer is no. You can purchase directly at 3 p.m. CET tomorrow from the website. There are still enough tokens left that everyone can participate. Just be there in time, and you will have the chance to pick up your tokens. Besides that, also a lot of questions came up if our servers will be capable to manage that. We are in direct contact with Amazon support to ensure that everything will work fine, and we are quite confident on that side.
Yes, no, exactly. I think in the pre-sale, of course, we were a bit overwhelmed by the high traffic. We have worked on this now over the last weeks, so things should be more stable. And of course, as also in the pre-sale, for all of you who are interested also in the progress of the sale, we will have and we will show progress bar on our landing page so that for everybody very transparently it will be visible how the sales are actually going. And as I said, and as Toby said, you should be there starting from 3 p.m. Central European time, so German time, and then you can take it from there. The reservations only mean that you have some hours more in order to complete your payment, but the sales process will be fully open for everybody starting at 3 p.m. sharp tomorrow, Friday, February 9th. So better be there on time, and then you can see how the sale will go, looking at the status bar at the front page of ico.savedroid.com. Just now checking with our community managers if we have some more questions from Telegram or from any other channel coming in. In the meantime, I think one more topic to mention, because we will also have this video now available as basically a download and for viewing once the AMA is closed. If you should watch this one after it has been in the live stream, please be aware if you have missed this chance, there are 2 more AMA sessions up to come. There will be one tonight on Thursday, February 8th. At 8 p.m. CET, and then another one just 2 hours before the start of the main sale. So tomorrow, Friday, February 9th at 1 p.m. CET. So everybody should have the chance to attend hopefully one of these 3 slots, get your questions answered, and you can always use the Telegram channel in order to post your questions also up front. So I see now more questions are coming in from the community here. The first one being, how long will it take to receive my SVD tokens after the sale?
So you basically need to do some steps after you have purchased the SVD. First of all, do your transaction and confirm your transaction on our side. After that, we will prompt you to do the KYC based on the level, how much tokens you have bought. And then, select your minting mode and give us your Ethereum wallet address, which has to be ERC20 compatible. And then we will mint the tokens. What we are doing again is we are doing batch minting. So this means we are only minting once a day, sometimes even only every 2 days. This helps us to get along with all the masses of tokens which we actually have to mint, and also offer you the services like the trial minting. So, but it will be basically some days after you have done your purchase.
Very good. So I think this is also good news, because in some ICOs you have to wait basically to the end of the main sale, and then it takes significant time. I think this helps for everyone to get the tokens much faster. So there is an advantage in participating early, and you don't have to wait for ages. Our commitment to give everybody the tokens as fast as possible. Another question coming in here is, will you announce another exchange prior to the main sale? We're currently, as I said at the very beginning, working really hard. We are in advanced negotiations with big exchanges, with renowned exchanges at this point in time. I cannot 100% promise that even before the main sale we can disclose and announce another exchange. We're working on this one. If it goes well, then then we are happy to announce it. You can be assured that we do the announcement in a very timely manner. So once we close a deal, then we will also immediately announce it, no time lags in between. So what I can promise is that over the next days, over the next weeks, we will add further exchanges. We will add bigger exchanges than HitBTC even. And so therefore, I think we are now on a good way in this process, but I also don't like to overpromise now by promising anything which we cannot then deliver. So tomorrow, until the main sale starts, is only now less than 24 hours. So if something works out, happy to announce it before. If not, then in the following days. But we are really working hard on this because we do understand that's not only a key priority for us, but also for you as the community. And therefore, this makes it a very important topic for us on which we are really now focusing to get the announcement of the exchanges over as soon as we can. Exactly, and I think one more topic which came up also in the last discussions, and then also the last meetups where we presented savedroid, was basically the question: how is actually the roadmap about launching the product then and also internationalizing the product? And just maybe very briefly, because you can find the full roadmap on our ICO landing page. If you go there, there's a separate point you can just click on, and there is on the top of the page an aggregated roadmap on an annual basis. And if you scroll further down, you will see that much more detailed on a quarterly basis. And what I can tell you is basically our key goal. The first one is to launch the beta by mid of this year already, so that we start with basically very easy and convenient crypto savings, basically crypto savings plan, leveraging our existing app. So having micro amounts, small amounts of money, which we then aggregate over all users. We will then partner B2B partnerships with crypto exchanges, and only after the aggregation do the trades on the exchanges, and therefore bringing down transaction costs in order to have everybody enabled to have even small amounts of euros and US dollars or the local currency, whatever it may be, being auto-converted into crypto and to participate in the crypto trends. And then we will actually take this product, our MVP, and launch it to international markets, the first one being in English language only, but then of course we will also customize the languages for the bigger markets in order to offer the product in the native languages. And I think this will be important also to drive user adoption. We will work on this starting from mid of this year, and then the first localized languages should be available by end of this year, beginning of next year. And then of course we will extend the value proposition onto more a bigger savings value proposition. We will then start offering portfolios of coins, portfolios of tokens even. But one thing is important: the platform of savedroid is always meant to be to do a selection of the best coins, of the best tokens, using our AI algorithms, and thereby basically protecting our user base from tokens and coins which may offer lower value, which may offer higher risk. So this is basically which we want to ring fence our platform to only get the good investments in, and therefore then offer really well balanced investments for our users in terms of risk and return. So this is basically the future product we're working on, and you can see much more details on our roadmap on the homepage. I see here we have basically one more question coming in, which is about the value. So how have you done the value projection of the savedroid token in the future? As I already said, and I can highly encourage all of our listeners here to go to our website and download our Excel model, because there you see all the details, how we have modeled the token economics and what are the key drivers. So I think it's the easiest if you really look inside the model and if you simulate a bit for yourself. The most important drivers for the model which will influence the future value are basically on the supply side, the token burning. So how much token will we destroy over time, because this will determine how much tokens are effectively up for sale. So the supply side of things. And on the demand side of things, then it's really the user growth on our platform. The more users are there, the higher the demand for tokens will be. And then of course beyond that, there are some other factors. The key question is how many people will actually hold on onto the savedroid token, how much will sell the savedroid token, especially from the participants now in the pre-sale and the main sale during the ICO. Therefore, here we believe that, and this is also with the bigger investors where we had personal talks with, that people are rather having a longer term perspective to really see the value come through the token. Therefore, not seeing a high sale pressure in the first time once we list our token at the exchanges. This has also been built into our model, but you can also simulate with this one how would be the effect if there's a higher sales pressure. And then, of course, what will be also an important factor is, of course, the overall market situation. These are then more the macro topics, right? So how is the crypto environment going in the future? How high will be demand for other cryptocurrencies? Things like this. These are, of course, macro topics which can have an impact on the savedroid token price. So therefore, of course, it's always important to keep in mind that the model calculation, which we have provided on our webpage, which you can see in the Excel model, is only an example calculation, right? So the actual outcome may be different, but one thing is for sure, that basically the demand for savedroid token will increase in line with our user growth, and that the supply will decrease in line with the burning of our token. And therefore, we believe that these are actually very favorable token economics, which we have built here into the model. And then, of course, the market will at the end determine the real price, because as I've already mentioned, we are not a market maker. We will not proactively trade our token, but rather the price will be determined based on free supply and demand on the exchanges then, right? And this is then one thing which is driven by what we have modeled into the token model, but which can also be driven by speculation. And this is, of course, one thing which we cannot build into our model. And that's why it's important to understand that this is only an example. So if speculation comes in, we will see that the token price, of course, can also move very differently from the example calculation there. And I think this is also what we've seen in other ICOs, where you had example calculations. The tokens right after the trading start were opening at a much higher price than what was actually calculated in the token economics model. But then this effect definitely is driven by a higher demand, expecting even a better value development in the future. This is nothing which can be computed based on the token elements and the token economics inside the Excel. So this is just to give you a better explanation about the details on this one. Just looking if we have even more questions from the community or not. If not, what remains open for me to say is basically mark in your calendar tomorrow 3 p.m. CET. So check out what it's the adequate time in your time zone you're in. We will alert everybody who has signed up on our website already by an email. So actually, if you're checking your emails regularly, there's no chance that you can miss the start of our main sale. So this will be ensured. And if there should be some more exciting news before to share, we will of course do it on the public channels. If you're not yet already a member, I can highly advise you to join our Telegram. It's on Telegram, just the name savedroid. We have already more than 32,000 members in our Telegram group, so it's still growing fast. Join this one in order to get your question answered also beyond the AMA sessions which we are offering. And then the next AMA session up to come tonight, 8 p.m. Central European time. And then the very last one just 2 hours before the start of our main sale, 1 p.m. CET tomorrow, Friday, February 9th. So please stay tuned, spread the word if you've not already done so. Look at our bounty programs, which you can find on bitcointalk.org. You will see that spreading the word is actually a good thing for you to do to earn some free SVD and to order to boost your SVD balance beyond on what you've already purchased or what you will purchase during the main sale. So please feel free to participate in our bounties and spread the word. And thanks so much already to the great feedback which we've received from the community. And thanks already for more than 32K members in the Telegram group. This is really terrific. We are very proud of the community. And honestly, we would have not believed when we started this a few months back that the community would grow that huge in size in only such a few time period. And this is already a high and great achievement we are really grateful for. Thanks so much, guys, and see you then in the next sessions.
Bye.
Bye for now.